One of my clients recently asked me a question that she has been an engineer for 5 years. She is great at coding. She's like one of the best coder in her company. But when it comes to promoting her, somebody else get the promotion who are not as great of a coder in her company. After talking to her, I realized that when she speaks in those performance review meetings, she don't have a lot of things to talk about. She can't remember what work she has been doing for last 1 year, or also her performance could be a 10, but her communication is 3. So the boss thinks that her work is also 3. These are some of the key highlights which I have seen in her work or how she speaks. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing you how your communication affects your performance or your promotions at work as well. And I will also give you a message that you are only as good as you can convey the ideas or how you can communicate at work. You could be the best person in the whole company to do a particular thing, but if you cannot communicate clearly of your wins, of your ideas to your superiors or your leadership team, they will not look at you as the best employee in the company. In today's video, I'm not only going to highlight these things, I will also give you the solutions which can help you to get your next promotion based on your communication skills. So let's dig into the video. My name is Omkar. I've been helping young professionals to get excel into communicating more clearly, communicating more confidently, and this is what I do on almost everyday basis. Stick into the video and until the very end, and you will see many valuable tips which you can use for your next promotion in your company. Now, first and foremost thing is that when you do a certain work in your company to the best of your capability, always have a weekly journal which you can carry for the entire week throughout the year, so that you can go back, reflect, and see what are the things you have done, what are your key wins, so that when it comes to communicating with your leadership team, you will have a clear and precise idea of whatever you have been doing. At my work, I also do the same thing on every week basis. I carry a journal which gives me an idea of the win. Even if it's like the month of September, I'll go back into the journal, see what I did in the first week of March, because to be honest, it's quite difficult to remember all the things you're doing at work. So first technique which I will tell you is try to have a weekly journal which highlights your wins, your reflection, and also the key projects that you're working on throughout the year. Now, secondly, to move from a low performer to a high performer, you should have to speak in the meetings early. Don't wait until the very end when the meeting is about to finish and then you speak up. If you try to speak up early in the meetings, you set the tone, you set your presence as a confident person, and that's how you also communicate more effectively to your superiors that yes, this person is taking ownership of the work and this is how he's delivering. This will take your performance from a 7 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. Because imagine this, even if you're performing at a 10 out of 10 and your communication is only 3 out of 10, your leadership team will pursue you only 3 out of 10. Because as I said earlier, you are only as good as how you can communicate. Now, the third technique in which I use it on every week basis is that send a 3 key point summary to your manager on either a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis. What this does is give them a confidence of the things that you're working on, your wins you have done in that fortnight period, and it also gives them the thought that yes, this person is making an impact in the organization. All these 3 techniques are nothing but the habits of communication that you're setting up for yourself. So these are on top of doing your performance. So even if your performance is 4 out of 10 and your communication is 10 out of 10, you will always be perceived as a 10 out of 10 person. But at the same time, you should also focus on doing the performance as well, not just talking. And I'm sure that some people may be thinking that, oh, I'm not the bragging type person. Oh, I don't like to pat my own back. But it's what you are doing in the organization. It's just the communication part. It's just the deliberate communication towards your leadership team and highlighting that what you're doing. It's not like over bragging yourself or talking about your wins all the time, but it is just that deliberate piece of communication that you should do with your senior leadership team. Otherwise, what happens is, even if you are the best person in the room in terms of your work, somebody else will communicate and just steal your thunder. So it's not you're bragging, it's just you're deliberately doing that communication and making sure that your manager understands what you're doing. Now, lastly, to conclude this video, I would like to say that even if you are an introvert person or even if you're shy at communicating your wins, you should always have that habit. In the beginning, you might feel slightly uncomfortable, or it may feel like my boss will perceive me as a bragger, but no, that's how the professional ladder or professional life works. So if you like those videos, please hit subscribe button and send it to your friends and family who are working in the corporate world. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.